Well, it's been over 2 weeks since the Norfolk Southern freight train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio, and still citizens are suffering. So some are taking it upon themselves to provide help to those who need it. A college student drove from Pennsylvania to Ohio today after launching an online fund to collect donations for East Palestine and in order to get citizens the supplies they need. Writing on Twitter, he said, "Since President Biden doesn't seem interested in visiting or helping East Palestine, Ohio, I will." And he has been successful. After raising nearly $400, Logan Dubil was able to donate 30 cases of water and hundreds of dollars in hygiene products and school supplies to the Brightside Project shelter. Logan Dubil joins me now. He's currently in East Palestine, Ohio, making those donation drop-offs. Logan, thank you for joining. It's great to have you. So you got there this morning. You've been dropping off these donations. How has it been received?
It's been received really well. Thank you so much for having me on, Addison. I drove all the way out here from Pittsburgh today for two main reasons. One, because the people here truly do need help and they're not getting it. As you said, I was able to raise around $400 over the past couple of days, and with that, 30 cases of water have been donated. I've donated school supplies, toys, hygiene products, really anything that's going to help the people here in East Palestine, Ohio. The second reason I'm here is because the current administration doesn't care. You saw that with my tweet. President Biden has yet to visit. Instead, he is in Ukraine. A lot of people are upset with that I've talked with. Also, Pete Buttigieg finally arriving today after weeks of being able to do so. People were upset with that as well because, one, Trump beat him to it, and two, he got a lot of heat the other day for saying that he was taking personal time instead of visiting.
So what's it been like being there? I'm sure you've spoken with residents. You've kind of gotten a feel of the atmosphere. What have you seen in East Palestine since you got there?
Yeah, despite the nice weather today, it actually is pretty slow. I've approached basically anyone I could trying to get their insight about what's going on here. A lot of people just aren't interested in interviews, and I really don't blame them because over the past couple of weeks, it's just been, visit after interview, and it's starting to probably stress them out a little bit. As you mentioned, I did visit the Brightside Project today. That's where I made my first donation stop. They were very grateful over there. We had people donating over there. We had people picking up goods. So it is clear that there is more aid needed. Pete Buttigieg arriving today, there was a lot of media around, but I've been told that he wasn't really taking any interviews. So we're not really getting answers there, and the people are a little bit upset about that.
Well, yeah, far from taking interviews, his press secretary is calling journalists aggressive for the audacity to ask her questions and film them, Logan. The residents there, how are they feeling now that they're starting to get help that they need? Obviously, yourself, you've been there. Donald Trump was there yesterday dropping off supplies. How do they feel now that they're finally getting some relief after Joe Biden abandoned them?
So the ones that I've been speaking with, yes, they are grateful for the relief that they're getting, but they're a little upset that it's taken, weeks for it to get here. As you mentioned, Donald Trump arrived yesterday. I did miss him, but from what I've seen on social media, a lot of people were really happy that he arrived. Even in a McDonald's, buying everyone food, and he dropped off pallets worth of cleaning supplies, water, and that's the kind of relief people are expecting here. One resident I spoke with, he said that he is, desperately waiting for Joe Biden to get here, and I haven't heard really any news of him planning a trip anytime soon. It does seem like Ukraine is taking priority, and my message for the administration is, what are you waiting for? Why is it that a college student from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania is here before the both of you? Do your job. The people need help, and that's really the message that I've been receiving today.
Yeah, it's beyond embarrassing. It really is. I've got to ask you, Logan, does it still smell there? I know a lot of residents, when this first happened, when they were doing the control burn, they were getting sick, nauseous, vomiting. They said it just reeked to high heaven. Does this still smell there? Is that all gone?
I'm not really sure what the smell's supposed to smell like. I have been picking up a little bit of something. You can also probably hear behind me maybe that there is construction going on. I am a little bit away from that crash site. So a lot of construction, not a lot of people walking around. I've even heard from some businesses that they're losing a lot of business because people aren't willing to come here in fear of, experiencing that contamination.
Yeah, who can blame them? Logan Dubil, thank you so much for joining the show today. Great to see you.
Thank you for having me on.